Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Разобраться прям вообще никак. А если я вот на этом вот так вот. Ну так как, по-моему, тише слышно. Ну я хз, пусть лучше эхо, наверное, будет.
We should look for a new investment. Mora doesn't grow on trees.
Ну, надеюсь, мы слышно нормально, потому что по-другому я сразу не могу. Да что она залезть-то не может, а? А, зачем? Здорово. Спасибо, что зашел на стрим. Ходим врата есть возрождение.
Looks like we're here. An eerie, lifeless, dark chamber. I understand the evil aura you were describing earlier.
Oh, such a scary place.
Be careful to not be overwhelmed by the power of the defiled statue. The Abyss Herald. It's here.
You sense correctly. You are just as vexatious as ever, Dainsleif, enemy of the Abyss. I sense your soul is stained by terrible bloodshed. Oh, and something far more dangerous. You reek of a corruption familiar to me. Then we are the same. We're both dangerous. But dangerous.
It is your words that forever reek of time to silence you!
Now before the Abyss!
Go, Barbara, go!
Decimate!
Ну, хоть что-то. Аня, привет. Рад тебя видеть. Спасибо, что зашла на стрим. Как дела? Сейчас подкиримся.
Let the show begin.
Abyssal roar!
Go, Barbara, go!
Don't waste my time.
Annihilate!
все сказал, что он я не знаю, нормально вроде, типа, сделал себе свадебное видео. Ну, я фотографом работаю, да, и вот недавно я вот видео впервые меня упало вообще. Ну, небольшой совсем. Поэтому вот сделал. Вроде смотрит неплохо. Вот как ребята, я честно не знаю, но надеюсь, мне понравится.
Let's dance.
Ну там нет прям чего-то такого сверхъестественного. Сначала первый вариант я сделал просто как долбоёб. Все закинул на эту, ну типа на музыку закинул, даже не смотрел, так что совпадает, поэтому как совпадает, не совпадает, просто что-то начинал, то закинул. До второго раза как смотрел, такой думал, покрутил. И прям уже заморочился, что в премьере сделал, то есть прям просто будет прикольно. Музыку попадала. Ну, блин, надеюсь, что им понравилось. Это как видео, которое могло бы быть, да? Но я вот не сам. Вот, если по поводу видео, значит, реально их должен быть для первого раза а что опять сняли?
Let the show begin.
Здесь ты знакомый делали, какой-то левый чувак, который сейчас содрал меня.
Don't waste my time.
Типа да, прикольно, минус новый, но вот 300 мегабит Блин, у меня как ёлка, нахуй, класс, рот. Блин, не хватит, о, поймали, да. Да ладно. Да ну нафиг. Да ну нахрен.
Hey! Could that be?
Офигеть, вот это поворот событий. Это, короче, брат ее, если что. Да, мадам няшная. Да, я за нее играю. Блин, ну смотри, чтобы модуль выдавал ту скорость, которую тебе провайдер дает. Вот в чем дело. Поэтому на самом деле лучше провод, потому что типа по проводу продается. А скорость, естественно, быстрее. Но, блин, я тоже хочу модуль Wi-Fi, но у меня роутер и комп сам, как это называется, корпус, стоят ровно в противоположных концах комнаты, плюс еще Wi-Fi роутер, он за стенкой. Правда, не за каменной этой, которая квартира вся делает, да, такой, ну, деревянный, грубо говоря. Поэтому я хз. С одной стороны, прикольно модуль Wi-Fi, да, с другой стороны, как бы, мне провод, тут, я смотрю, не мешает абсолютно от слова совсем. Но, конечно, типа, без него, возможно, было бы лучше. Но, опять же, не буду ничего говорить, потому что, как бы, каждый по-своему делает. В любом случае, поздравляю, модуль Wi-Fi это круто. Особенно, если он реально хороший, потому что я в свое время заморачивался, я прям искал модуль Wi-Fi, смотрел отзывы всякие, там, оценки, бла-бла-бла-бла-бла. У Asus вроде бы был хороший модуль. У меня есть какой-то этот, который в USB вставляется, да, вот тоже, типа, он должен работать, но он очень слабенький такой, поэтому, как бы, я им не пользуюсь. Так вот.
Lumine.
Ага, пойдем за мной, конечно. А ничего, что его ваше высочество назвал вот этот чувак. А, мышки не видно, блин, ну ладно. Да, а что у него за броня прикольная? Я тоже такую хочу. Косичка. А что у него волосы длиннее, чем у меня? В смысле? Кто тут няш натянут? Он или я?
Wait! He just... Your brother? And the...
Lumine. Why are you with Dane?
Uh-huh? Your brother?
Ether, we meet again.
What's going on here?
You shouldn't team up with this man. He is my enemy.
Ether.
But it must be said. Don't try to stop me. Don't try to stop the Abyss.
Вот и я.
That man Dainsliff was the Twilight Sword, one of the royal guards of the final dynasty of Conria. 500 years ago, he failed to prevent the destruction of Conria. A curse of immortality was laid upon him, to forever wander the wilderness, while he watched—
You're saying Dane is from Conria? The same Conria that was destroyed? And you said the people turned into monsters? You're trying to tell Paimon that the Abyss Order is not only related to Conria, but is actually the people of Conria themselves? And the whole thing about Dane being your enemy...
Да он не пойдет за
I'm
ним,
so
по-любому,
confused.
типа это было бы слишком просто.
Yes, of course. Home is wherever we are together. But I cannot go with you to the next world to find a new home.
Так, кто бы сомневался.
At least, not yet.
Да, вот.
Until the Abyss has engulfed the thrones, my war with destiny will see no end. Listen to me, Lumine. I have already traveled through this world once. Once you reach the end of... So we'll meet again. Though we need not rush, sister. I have more than enough time to wait for you. We have always had enough
Да
time.
подожди, ну дай хотя бы Машу, ты скотина. Вот падла, а нет, ты видел, да? То есть брат появился и даже... Вот, пиздец, вот мразь.
Oh, don't be too
Не
sad.
брат, а кусок
We'll
говна.
find them again. Look on the bright side. At least we got some really... Uh-huh, that's right.
Вот капец, да?
At least now, as well as the Seven, Dane is also a key part of finding your sibling too, right?
Ты прикинь, они столько лет не виделись, да? Наконец-то первая встреча, и, блин, их хоть бы, сука, хоть бы одну обнимашку дал бы, ну серьезно, дружескую, по сестре-то, вот, у меня слов не знаю, я бы его убил нахрен в следующий раз, когда нашел, осуждаю, естественно, как бы бла-бла-бла-бла, Твич, все дела. Капец, вот падла. Может нахрен тогда его искать надо, если он такой циничный ублюдок? Нахер такой брат сдался? Капец просто. Да я просто даже играть не хочу дальше, серьезно. В смысле, мы встретили брата, и просто брат нас послал нахуй. Типа, блядь, ха, сестра, иди нахер. Да-да, брат-абьюзер. Ну в смысле? Не, реально, блядь. Ну в смысле? Ну как это должно работать? Почему это так? Времени у нас, блядь, предостаточно. Сука, на одну обнимашку, одну, когда сестра к тебе побежала, ты не можешь, да, вот 2 секунды потратить? Ну, пиздец. Чисто кусок говна, а не брат.
That's right. By the way, what they said. Oh, well then, let's.
Жесть просто.
First off, that Abyss Herald called your brother Prince. It seems like your brother is leading the Abyss Order. Even the Abyss Herald answers to. Also, your brother said that he wants to engulf the thrones and go to war with Destiny. Next thing, turns out the Abyss Order monsters are really what the people of Conria turned in, and Dane is from Conria too. He witnessed its destruction 500 years ago. But he didn't turn into a monster. So that's why your brother said, but if the monsters of the Abyss are the same people that Dane protected all the... Also, how come after all this time we've spent searching for your brother,
Потому что брат
it
мудак.
turns out he's
Вот
on the
почему.
side of the Abyss? What's up with that?
Жесть. А у тебя есть эта игрушка, кстати, Ань? А то можем вместе побегать. У меня же открылось вроде как онлайн.
Yeah, you're right. Then we can't let ourselves get down about it now. Our journey's not over yet. Let's get a move on. Time, if your brother wants you to reach the end of your journey, show him what you're made of. Come on, traveler, let's go.
Да ладно, это Genshin Impact называется. Очень прикольная аниме-игрушка, прям не знаю, мне в душу запала прям вот вообще. А мне написали, что меня кто-то начал отслеживать. Forgators. А почему я не вижу на стриме его? В любом случае, если ты меня слышишь, то спасибо большое за подписку, это клево. О, сундук. Я могу что-нибудь сделать? Да, очень красивая игрушка, она прям нарисована очень прекрасно, как будто ты прям анимешку смотришь. Я с радостью реально. Прям очень красиво. Ой, господи.
In a trade war, the perfect hunter. Leaves no trace.
Не хватает монеток, блин, обидно. И этих тоже нет. Блин, ну я не знаю, я не хочу вот эту выбивать огненную. Она ну, не нравится она мне почему-то. С другой стороны, тут есть котики. Блин, я хз, что делать. Ладно. Ну, естественно, замечательно. Вот спасибо, прям мечтал об этом. Деф фиолетовый, пожалуйста. Класс. Зашибись просто. Так. 75. Где мой котей? А, котей на диване спит, понятно.
Give up.
Не туда нажал. Что там по навыку? О, быстрее. Так, надо улучшить работу. Вот кто тебя просил? Вот кто тебя просил? Я тоже тебе шаурму захотел. Какое я тебе плохое зло сделал? Не пойду. Мне лень, не хочу идти. А теперь я буду сидеть и думать. Хе-ле-ле-ле, чего? Так, сейчас, момент, ну-ка. Блин, может не тратить тогда на них, а пятизвездочные собирать? Ну, в смысле, дойти до пятизвездочных, когда будет там какой 45-й, по-моему, ранг, да, нужно приключений. И тогда уже... А чё? У меня что-то было пятизвездочное. А, во, шляпа, вот она. И даже одеть некому, вот в чем обидно. Мастерской стихий. А тут что? А, в смысле? Так, дирижера. А есть кто-нибудь еще предмет дирижера? Дирижер. Корона разума. Это... Так, что-то я не понял. Так. Нет, стопы. Корона разума. Так, это сет какой? А, так. А, здравствуйте, ансамбль. Инструктор. Это не инструктор. А, вот так. Инструктора дирижера, значит, надо идти. Идти, блин, искать. Может, странствующий ансамбль это называется. Ни хрена себе, а что у меня еще есть интересного из него? Опа-на. Здрасте. Здравствуйте. А если мы сейчас... Кстати, на самом деле, говно шляпа, потому что статы, ну, не процент. Вот был бы урон, она еще на защиту. А жаль. Поэтому нахер, просто не буду ничего менять. Нахер. Золотая шапка золотая. Рыбы идите. А это что такое? Ну ладно. Кстати, могу онлайн подрубить? О, могу. Ага. А если чтобы ко мне кто-то? Уровень 32, 35, 16, 20. Пиво. Нормальный ник. Знаешь, по идее он сам, да? Так, сейчас. Я же опять забыл отметиться, блин. Да-да-да, наполнять ароматом чая, все правильно. Твою мать, это что, сейчас с первого дня пойдет? Да ну нахер. Да ну. А, нет, не с первого дня. Хоть что-то радует. Но все равно, блин, забываю отмечаться. Ну хоть хавку дали. И тут еда, блин, да что ж такое-то? Запросто. Блин, на самом деле тут онлайн очень дурацкий. То есть я не могу, например, как, не знаю, в той же GTA онлайн взять, зайти на сервер и играть там с кучей народу. Кто-то как-то к тебе должен присоединиться, кого-то как-то должен найти, короче, там столько заморочек.
Are you okay? Paimon never imagined your brother would have sided with the Abyss.
Да нормально
Well,
всё пошло.
keep your chin up.
Я не
Paimon
мешаю.
believes in both of you. And when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Right? He said we needed to reach the end, and we won't find out what this journey is or where it will end unless we keep going. Then Paimon will be sure to keep up the good work. Although, where should we go next? Oh, you mean the god that took your... You're right. After all, everything that followed, all this confusion? Yeah. Paimon bits. Well, we've ruled out two gods so far, the Animal and Geo Archons. So, next... Paimon doesn't think we can Why don't we ask someone from Inazuma how to gain entrance? Oh, Paimon's thought of someone already. Let's see what she has.
Мне лень туда лететь, поэтому я что-то с тобой пойду.
Oh. Hello. Oh, I mean good fortune, right? I'm still learning to talk like a local. Is there anything I can help you?
We wanted to ask, how...
Oh.
Great! We can...
But the chance of success,
Incredibly small.
it was in leaving Inazuma that all I had to rely on was a little wooden raft that I'd put together myself. There was after I'd escaped their clutches, I floated on the open ocean for, I don't know, but to my surprise, my journey didn't... that's right. I escaped by the skin of my teeth. The fact that I'm even alive to tell the tale...
What a horrible journey.
Well, because everything is just too restrictive over there. The atmosphere is so stifling. The Kanjo Commission...
Kanjo Commission?
Along with the other two commissions, they oversee everything in Inazuma. We usually collectively refer to them as the Tri-Commission. I suppose one of the obligations of the Kanjo Commission is to conduct rigorous identity checks on all individuals leaving or entering Inazuma. All non-nationals are processed centrally on Rito upon arrival. Meanwhile, the Tenryo Commission is responsible for implementing the recently promulgated Vision Hunt Decree. They act like the executive arm of the right. It doesn't feel good to speak ill of my home like this. But after spending so long under that oppressive atmosphere, what I mean to say is, unless you have an extremely compelling reason to go to Inazuma, you should abandon your... You should know that the sea around Inazuma is engulfed in a perpetual tempest of wind and rain. And even if you did manage to find a way, you'd still have to produce the necessary
Seems like they really don't want anyone setting foot in Inazuma, huh?
They only set that up as a port to guarantee a supply
Давай,
of goods and
спасибо,
information
что
to the
нажала
island.
стрим. До
Most
связи.
Outlanders would be
Хорошего
unable
дня
to
тебе.
acquire the documentation needed. But if you really are set on going, there is one thing you could try.
The raft idea sounds...
That's not what I meant. You could ask someone from the Crux fleet if they have someone. Voyaging far and wide has made them a well-traveled group.
But it's an armed fleet, right? Why would...
That part is up to you. If you're able to persuade their captain, Beidou, then the hardest part will be out of... The Alcor is the flagship of the Crux fleet.
Then there's no time to lose. Let's go find...
Здрасте, блин.
Let's dance.
Dodge this! Frostbite! Freeze! Cool it!
Ну, надеюсь, я долечу. Надо было выйти. А, нет, нормально. Я просто не ожидал, что здесь можно по веслам залезть. Привет, зайка.
Who have we got here? Wait, I know you. You're that traveler. Ningguang told me about you. A traveler of great insight and remarkable skill has saved Liyue, she said. She's a hard one to please, so praise from her is high praise indeed. I remember thinking at the time that it'd be good to meet you in person. Judging by the clothes on your back and this floating thing, I guess that time has come.
Hey! The name's not Floating Thing. It's Paimon!
Paimon? What a fascinating being. You two give off not only the essence of wind and earth, but also of Yes. The stars.
Huh? The fragrance of what now? That's the weirdest compliment Paimon's ever heard.
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am certain that it is by fate, not chance alone, that we should...
You're not far off, but they go by a different name in Inazuma. This young man is Kaidahara Kazuha, a temporary addition to my crew for reasons I won't bore you with. Occasionally, he opens his mouth and flowers come out instead of words.
With this fine ship and the soft sea breeze, would it not be romantically irresponsible of me not to acknowledge it with a line?
No, I can't argue with that.
Only if the mood takes me, of course. Poetry for poetry's sake tends to lack meaning.
Hey, you don't want to pass this opportunity up too easily, especially seeing as our great hero here might be...
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash? Also, just the...
Huh? I thought you might be here to sign up. The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There are two important rules. One, competitors must be renowned fighters. We want those with real... So, you've got nothing to worry about there. I don't think there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of you. Two, you can't take part if you've got a vision. Otherwise, things get a little... one-sided. You must be feeling confident, but you might want to watch out. There are a few crouching tigers and hidden... And with Liu as savior taking part in the tournament. Now that's gonna turn a few heads.
But we didn't come here to take...
Well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested to hear that the prize... Get this. It's a math...
Supplied by myself, as a matter of fact. If the tournament champion can reawaken that vision, it belongs to them.
Is there really such thing as a masterless vision?
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. But the shell that housed that light, as for whether this shell has any practical application, well...
Yep. And the way I see it, a vision is a badge of recognition from the gods. So if anyone's able to rekindle it, it's gotta be an individual of exceptional strength and talent. Organizing the clash is my way of uncovering hidden talents. And hopefully this time, getting a vision to glow again. So if you don't have a vision, this is the perfect opportunity to get your hands on one of your very own.
Сейчас, секундочку. По работе надо. Як? В смысле, где вариант «я хочу получить его»?
Yeah, we're interested in getting to
Inazuma? You...
Well, why didn't you say so? In that case, if you win the tournament, I'll give you a choice. Masterless vision, or a ticket to Inazuma.
You just want her to take part in your tournament.
What's wrong with that? The more talent we have, the better the tournament will be. I couldn't.
What are we gonna do? Looks like we pretty much have.
Great. Then let's get you signed up. Head to the turn.
It seems like it will only be a matter of time before.
только еще начинался, рано. Чего? Мяу, прям, как будто не знаю. Отлично.
Hello? Are you here to compete in the Crux Clash?
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet? Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria if I were you. The Clash is a comprehensive test of fighting ability. Anyone who turns up for show over skill is... Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Me? Only a former runner-up in the Chihu Rock Freestyle Combats...
Also...
What? You... Nonsense. Have you been living under a rock? It's been going on for years. There were plenty of competitors when I took part. Not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch treasure hoarders before. There were 2 of them trying to escape. I soon sorted them out. They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. They didn't know what hit them. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face and sent him flying. Then, the big guy pulled out a knife. I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurtling into a beam above us. I'm not saying I came out completely...
Uh-huh. But for us, even for...
I'll see you in the arena.
Да, я не буду поддаваться.
Hi there. Are you...
That's right. Nothing beats real-life but this tournament is
Exactly.
This master of yours...
famous. He's the founder of the Ling Shan clan. And you probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. The clan is nowhere near as famous. He's got to be a grand master or something. To the Ling Shan clan, he teaches a special...
Force disperse...
It's a type of breathing exercise. For example, our master can use it to alter the path.
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a finger.
It sure is, but it's extremely...
We're clearly...
There's a tuition?
Of course. This is a grand master we're talking about here. He doesn't have...
But here we are. Recently, though, we heard that a vision bearer joined the Guhua clan and made pretty much instant progress in their training.
So, if we can get our hands on a vision too, maybe we can finally make our master proud.
Котейка, грызет котейка.
Well, we have to try something new.
Exactly. It can't hurt to try. And if it turns out it does work, folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the dominant martial arts clan in all of Liyue.
See you in the arena.
Я просто на всех нарвусь и отгребу ото всех.
Hey, youngster. Are you here for the Crux Clash too? If so,
So you're also here for the tournament?
you better believe it. I wouldn't be for me. Obtaining a vision is the final and no. It's not about what I want to do. I know how that sounds, but let me explain. I've passed every exam. In most people's eyes, I am already the very embodiment of the perfect person. Though, of course, I'd never let the praise get to my head. I know I haven't reached perfection yet. Because there's one thing I'm still missing. A vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to vouch for. I've also brought along a bit of an entourage. Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice, concentrating mostly on rare and... I seem to have gained another fan. Don't let my... Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long now before you'll get to...
So, to recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying way too much for their kung fu classes, and another
Jinx the
guy
Village
who's
arm
just
wrestling champion, huh?
really average.
Next, please. What's your name? Wait, aren't you? Did I hear that right?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why are they trying to enter the class?
I have to ask, aren't you the traveler that helped Liyue fight off that ancient god? It's really her!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of parting.
I trust you are aware that, only those without visions can enter the tournament? Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in combat are nothing short of extra-
Yep, she still doesn't have a vision, though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself would have no reason to lie. Now, it's just a formality for you, of course, but I have to make a record of competitors. So far, I've got defeated the ancient god Osile, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Yeah, put that down. And also, defeated the Fatui Harbinger child.
Whoa.
Might as well declare her the champion already.
I wonder if it's too late to withdraw.
Okay, that's plenty. Actually, right. Your registration is a great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing.
Oh, we're not here for that. We're here because Captain Beto promised that
there's another prize, too?
Beto must have upped the stakes this time to attract.
But why would anyone want to go somewhere?
I see. So, I take it you discussed your terms with Beto in advance, then? Well, nobody expected you to sign up to a Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin.
Hey, so Paimon's thinking about that whole no vision. Even though you don't have a vision, most people in Teyvat think that you. So Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use your elemental abilities during the tournament. In any case, looking at the competition, it should still be pretty easy for you to win, even without using any elements, right?
Сейчас приехали на...
All right, it's showtime. You got this.
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to Good. Then please follow me into the arena.
Our next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament. Her first bout begins now!
Seems like you've got a pretty good chance of winning this thing.
You?
What a strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with? Come on, let's go sign up. Well, now that we've won, let's go and see Beto. She'll probably have something to say to us.
So, what do you think, Kazuha? She totally dominated that guy and did it with style, too.
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some restraint, as if to protect the opponent from serious harm.
Well, I fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I say, after the show she put on just now, she's more than convinced me of her ability. So come on. We all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there. Can't you spare a word or two to congratulate our up-and-coming champion?
All right. Let me think how to aptly phrase these words of praise. You fought well.
All right then. I was thinking your inner poet might want to join in the fun, but I guess I shouldn't put you on the spot like that. You know, a lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liyue's hero was entering the tournament. And since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than a few top-tier fighters among them. I'm sure lots of them are here to find out how they stack up against you. For one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are well below your level. Not to mention, you must be itching to fight someone in your league too, right? So, I'm putting you straight through to the semifinals.
Huh? But we only...
This is how Captain Beto decides.
All right, I'm gonna... We're finally here, folks. The real...
The captain seems to have high hopes for this tournament. Your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. This makes him a seasoned warrior. You may well be stronger than him, but this should not give you cause to lower your guard. Very well.
All right, that's enough.
Your opponent in the semifinals is new to the I do not doubt your abilities, but...
Relax. My girl's at the top of her game.
Okay,
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
I don't care about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for. It's a fury! You're pretty good. I'm sweating all over. It's a congratulations. I was beaten by the best. I need to...
Right! For a moment, if you had a vision, you...
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid. People's... But mine never came. I lost interest eventually. You can't... I've fought and won against vision bearers before. The power they have was given to them by the...
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try and get your hand...
No, I didn't. I only wanted to pit myself against other fighters and see who was the strongest. Only in defeat can you understand your weaknesses and learn from them. So I'm pleased with today's outcome. I don't often have the pleasure of experiencing...
Wow!
If you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with...
By the way...
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't know. So don't get too cocky.
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about our opponent.
Ah, it's you! I myself was eliminated in the 3rd round.
Maybe next time, huh?
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. He is I faltered for but a brief moment. Given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically. Still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
Hey there!
He tried to use force dispersal to deflect a punch, but instead he took it straight to the nose. There was blood all over. His opponent was pretty freaked out by it. He kept asking him, "Why didn't you dodge?" But he was pretty much out cold by that point. "Why don't you dodge?" they ask. Because to not dodge is the very essence of Lingshan clan kung fu. It's just that he hadn't quite mastered it yet. Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him get from here to the boat to take him back to the harbor. But by the time I don't dare tell my master about this. Otherwise, I'd never hear the end of it. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this.
Oh, alright then.
Thanks,
We still haven't got any useful information yet. Maybe we can go talk to...
You gave an outstanding performance. I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind. And it could have cost you the but you were quick to adapt and managed to claim victory over your opponent. That is in fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard. The ground beneath your feet.
He's right. I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new for you, huh?
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final round.
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily stronger. They tend to have something unique about their style. As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has superior form. It's also obvious that he's seen his fair share of battles. What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
If that is the case, then I haven't properly introduced myself yet.
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the same...
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. But on the straggling path of a wand, I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess. But I myself have witnessed, given your talents, a few hints from me will be all that's necessary to...
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit there?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt. Such impressive feats require more than just bravery alone.
You betcha! Wait a second. We never told you that we've been to Mondstadt.
Does one not leave a trail when traveling through the wild? In return, nature also leaves its traces upon you. However, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. I sense that many things about you elude me still. These are the things I am curious to know about. Come with me. Some post-match entertainment is in order. Now that we're alone, let me cut to the heart of the matter. You are skilled in manipulating the elements. And not just a single element, but multiple. Is that correct?
Paimon knew that you were hinting.
That's right. If the other contenders were, if I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to use elemental skills even in the heat of a When I talk about that which I see or hear, since a young age I have been attuned to the tide. It is things of this nature.
As crazy as all that sounds,
My humble abilities are negligible compared to think a human could wield the elements without a vision. And not to mention your incredibly complex scent.
hey, stop evaluating us.
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities? So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learned to channel elemental energy and even wield it in combat?
Aw, it's nothing really. Paimon just told her whatever came. It's been a long journey, and many things have happened. Honestly, even Paimon doesn't.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods and the vision. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. Now then.
Speed of light. Got lucky that. Don't blink. With sword comes shadow. Don't blink. I'll be back. Incoming. Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Everybody stand back. With sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Speed of light. I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
Your skills in battle are truly beyond reproach. Even your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining back. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat his... In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, then his attack should pose no threat to you. Please, save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you for the opportunity to witness. The world is a truly mysterious place.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own?
I desire to know what meaning visions have to the god, and what influences the god's decision to grant humans these visions. My apologies. You must be completely in the dark regarding such matters. For allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways, I am willing to answer any questions you may have regarding Inazuma. So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their visions confiscated inexplicably. Sometimes in circumstances that leave their original recipients dead. In the outset, supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting visions to living beings, then does the current Electro Archon now doubt these criteria? Or even the act in it? Not to mention, with no new
She sounds less like an
As far as I know, Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside. It goes without saying that the people locked...
Sounds a lot like something.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before? With time, if you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to... Ah! The time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right! We got so distracted talking about Inazuma that Paimon forgot all about the tournament!
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together. Very well. Let's go. I wish...
Never mind. We can start by making your entrance. Everyone, listen! We've reached the climax of the... We've seen many exciting battles today. Now, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. She strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of her name causes even Fatui... Wow! I'm sure everyone witnessed her thrill... But today's final round, as for our other combatant... Come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just forfeit... Apologies! Everyone just sit tight! We've got no other choice. If he doesn't show...
Wait a moment. Captain Beto, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler.
Let me see. It's gone all right.
Huh? Did somebody steal it?
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain Beto.
No need to worry. Even the craftiest The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be...
Well, if you I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation to all the spectators that came to see the match.
If you would, please come with me.
But we're on an island.
Come with me. I can sense...
Huh? A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there, we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the prize in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen. You'll see shortly.
Sheet of light. Yes. Incoming.
Let's light it up!
Barbados, guide us.
Don't blink.
His sword from shadow.
Can't run from death.
Don't disappoint me.
The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Don't waste my time. Submit!
They're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
the wind. What are you talking? Drat! If I only had a vision. Or if I could act.
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems you know. Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. And on top of that, in other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand heist. Namely speed, stealth, and style.
You!
But most disappointing of all is the state of the vision. It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire.
Fine! I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register.
Aha! So you were supposed to be.
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. After watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up since there was no use in. I was convinced I'd prepared thoroughly for my escape, But, Drat, this should have gone differently. I know an empty threat when fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't activate once I took it anyway.
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing is breaking the culprit's...
Huh?
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. It seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief.
Whoa, whoa, we don't need...
I never would have guessed you could be so cruel. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
What are you trying to do?
Your life is mine. Give up.
Just a temporary setback.
No, no. Do what you want, but please, don't brand my forehead, please!
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms near. Yet still the gods do not bestow their... Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my mind.
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you asking for more punishment? It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable, and fits the way of the samurai.
No need for that. Thank you for releasing me. You truly are generous.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it. Were you just trying to scare him?
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision remained in his hands. When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. I thought it may be an opportunity for him to awaken the vision. But unfortunately, nothing happened. Yes. From the moment he stole the vision, I've tried many other, though few tales tell of a master. After seeing you command multiple elements, come, why don't you give it a try? I see. No matter. This was expected.
Yeah, what's the story?
The story begins with an old... He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away, as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day I may come to find that, but as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling...
Kazuha!
It's just another way of saying I do as I please. All right then, it's time we returned. Do not let my feelings trouble you, but thank you.
И чё? Чё случилось?
ready for trial.
Freeze! Cool it! Freeze! Dodge this! Cool it! Freeze! Cool it! Freeze! Dodge this! Cool it! Dodge this! Freeze! Cool it!
Huh? Did Beta leave already? Maybe.
If you're looking for the captain, it seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time, and Captain Beto was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor. But still, Captain Beto was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea of... In which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear...
Huh? So that's what... If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like...
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor deserved.
Yes, I believe so. Though Captain Beto is no longer present here, but the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued by a perpetual tempest the entire... In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment.
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the weather?
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 Archons. If Liyue's Morax could form Guyun's stone forest by cat, suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need some time. In the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will...
Paimon believes you'll find a...
Thank you. May both our journeys prove me... One final word of warning. The part of your...
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. What can I do? Ah, yes. Now that I think about it...
There you are. You're the traveler that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right? Oh, is that right? The fleet is nearly completed. Captain Beidou sent me to come get you.
Seems Beidou is a...
Of course.
So you'll be heading off then? Weather the journey before... Until we meet again. Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Oh, it's kinda hard.
Well, if that's how you feel, why not come and find me when you...
So there's another Catherine in Inazuma?
Well, I guess it's time for you to bid farewell.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Just following orders.
Ad Astra...
Don't waste my time.
The victor is you finally made it. All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. If it were anyone else, I might have set sail on. Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. We set sail for the land engulfed by...
Anchors away!
Любашчик, блядь, не так. Да ладно, нормально дохуял, что ли? Офигеть.
Ahoy there.
So, you finally made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways.
You can blame your almighty Shogun, though the fleet was fully up to the challenge. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade...
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Toma, these...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them.
Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be... If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull in...
No need to...
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here.
Oh, right.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what peril...
Fair seas, Cap...
Куда? Сейчас пока.
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border checkpoint.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the down.
Don't underestimate the... So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
The case before us is a strange and unprecedented one indeed. I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance. case before us is a strange and unprecedented one indeed. I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance. The case before us is a strange and unprecedented one indeed.
Блин, охуенно какие-то, да? Прости, пожалуйста, могу ли я выложить портфолио Петровки? Я бы реально очень бы хотел его взять. Нет.
I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance. The case before us is a strange and unprecedented one indeed. Sometimes the law is compatible with human nature, but sometimes the two conflict. Balancing the two is a discipline in its own right.
Опа-на! Новая карта! О. А, нифига себе, где? Ого! Ничего себе. Круто! Круто. А что, может, на этом пока закончим проходить Геншин и посмотрим, что за обновление было в... Как его? В Вальгалле? Там же вроде как на русский язык добавили. Что это такое? О. Давай, да, пока что закончим стрим. Посмотрим на Вальгалу. Спасибо большое, что были со мной. Очень ценю каждого зрителя и каждую подписку. Прям